Hello race fans, and here we are for the last time for the 2021 season. We're here for one last qualifying session around the Yas Marina circuit under the beautiful twilight of Abu Dhabi, and I can't wait to see what this final qualifying session has in store for us. On to the practice report. The Toyotas of Keita Watanabe and Marino Sato looked slow at the beginning of practice 1. However, free practice 2 shock result with Watanabe topping the session 2/10 ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. However, that success could not be repeated in practice 3. So I wonder if in the cooler temperatures the Toyota is better able to deal with the track conditions. However, heading to the weekend, AlphaTauri brought big upgrades in the fight against Toyota. And here we are, and our Yuki Tsunoda puts up the fastest lap of the session so far, but it's very early on in qualifying as Keita Watanabe crosses the line and he goes P2, a 10th. And here we are, qualifying, second qualifying run for Keita Watanabe, 14th, but he's not improving as he crosses the line. Will he make it into qualifying 2? And he does, just by the skin of his teeth, by a few tenths. But however, the AlphaTauris, the upgrades they brought, look to really help. But Sato, unfortunately, doesn't make it to Q2. Pierre Gasly, a 1:35.1, a pretty good time from the French driver as Keita Watanabe crosses the line, and here we go, through underneath the hotel as Watanabe is up by 7/10. He's put up a purple second sector. Sebastian Vettel puts up a 1:34.7, the fastest lap of the session. Here goes Watanabe through turn 20 into turn 21. He's up by a second, and he's gaining time every inch of track he goes. He's up by 1.5 seconds, and he topped qualifying 2. Keita Watanabe and Sebastian Vettel topped the timesheet. That's an unexpected result considering their pace. And shock, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc trying to qualify in a medium tire are out of Q2. And here we are into Q3 with Keita Watanabe rounding the final corner. He's behind both AlphaTauris. Can he pass them? No, he can't. And through the final sector, he's lost a bit of time heading out from under the hotel section. But into the final 2 corners, he's up by 9/10 of a second. This will surely get him above both AlphaTauris, having put up a purple second sector. The Toyota looks almighty in that part of the track as he crosses the line, and that's P5. And with the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz and Aston Martin, Sebastian Vettel, that's a good buffer between him and the AlphaTauris. Keita Watanabe and the team look good for P6 in the championship. Here we are, race fans, for the final time in this season. Here we are for the finale of this brilliant Formula 1 season. We're here in Abu Dhabi under the lights of the Yas Marina circuit, and let's hope a fantastic race caps off a fantastic season. And I can't wait to see what we've had. New constructors and everything. And here we are for the finale around the beautiful Yas Marina circuit here on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Very long back straights, 2 very long ones, which also are DRS zones around this circuit, which will promote some good overtakes into turn 8 and then into turn 11, respectively. And of course, cars will have to go under the stunning hotel section in order to set up a good move, maybe, into the first turn. And here we are, and onto the grid here in Abu Dhabi, and grid penalties once again afflict the grid in ways that, well, we couldn't really predict. But let's forget the fact that the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship has already been decided, because we have an almighty fight between Toyota Racing, the new boys on the block, and AlphaTauri, the Red Bull Junior team, fighting for 6th place. Only 2 points separating both constructors, and there's a big fight to have on hand, and good points as both teams qualified well, and we'll see what they have in store for us as we rear up for this final race under the twilight in Abu Dhabi. And here's your starting grid for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here on Yas Island. Max Verstappen gets pole position over Valtteri Bottas, our championship winner from the last race. In P2, he'll have a bit of fun on this circuit because, well, he doesn't have the stakes on his hands. Perez in 3rd, Watanabe gets promoted to 4th, but Tsunoda and Gasly, 9th and 10th in qualifying, get promoted to the 3rd row. Hamilton 7th, Alonso 8th, Vettel 9th, and Lance Stroll P10. A lot of promotions due to grid penalties. Lando Norris 11th, Sainz 12th, down the order along with Giovinazzi, and being promoted, and Leclerc as well being downgraded down the grid. Ocon, Raikkonen, Mazepin, and Schumacher 17th, 18th. Then we have George Russell 19th, Daniel Ricciardo down the grid again with grid penalties in 20th, and Marino Sato with more grid penalties. Not going to help Toyota Racing, and Latifi in last place. Here we are, the grid is set. Let's see what this race has in store for us. Here we go, the 5 red lights for the final time in this epic 2021 season. It's lights out and it's foot to the floor as all the drivers make it off the line. Max Verstappen gets an amazing start. Keita Watanabe has a poor start. Both AlphaTauris look to pass him, and down goes the inside into turn 1 goes Fernando Alonso. That's going to impede both Watanabe, but especially Gasly. He gets squeezed off the circuit. He's getting passed by Lance Stroll. Keita Watanabe gets past the Alpine of Fernando Alonso, but Alonso getting better traction out of the second corner is going to look for a move into the chicane of turns 5 and 6. Watanabe gets the inside, but it becomes the outside, and he squeezes Alonso, which allows Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin to squeeze through. And now Watanabe has to focus in, because while he's beat one AlphaTauri, there's another one ahead of him. Let's look at this race start. And Yuki Tsunoda gets a brilliant start off the line. Yeah, the AlphaTauri compared to Toyota got bogged down in the beginning of that second, but he had to make space for Fernando Alonso. Let's look at that start from the old Spaniard. Look at this start from the Alpine. Down the inside he goes. I mean, just like Bottas, Fernando Alonso, he's not like this is now the driver's chance to have a little fun. Of course, you don't want to crash, and Gasly's not going to like how Alonso had to squeeze him out, because now he loses another place to Lance Stroll. Here we are through the hotel section. Stroll was very close as Watanabe goes wide. Surely this is a good opportunity for Stroll into turn 21. Can he do it? No. Watanabe gives the squeeze and Stroll has to take to the curb, and that's going to create some distance. Lap 4 now. Here, Watanabe is wide again. Stroll goes on the inside, and there's contact between the Aston Martin and Toyota, and Lance Stroll pits. Lance Stroll was in the pit lane.
Unbelievable, man. I don't understand what he was doing.
Oh. Was there contact? Was there front wing damage between the two? It doesn't look like it there, but obviously Lance Stroll, fearing contact, went in just as a precautionary check. And there we go, confirmation that Lance Stroll was going to replace his wing. I don't think it was necessary. Here we go, lap 5, and now Pierre Gasly gets a good run of Fernando Alonso with DRS. AlphaTauri is a faster car than that Alpine is right now with those upgrades. And as Tsunoda chases down Perez for P3, Gasly down the inside becomes the outside, and he has to go around Fernando Alonso. Alonso is fighting him. They're wheel to wheel into the hotel section. You don't see side-by-side racing in this part of the track, but these two don't care. They're giving us a fantastic scrap through the hotel section, underneath the hotel, down through the sharp 90-degree corners of 18 and 19, heading towards 20, and they're still side-by-side. Gasly and Alonso don't want to give up this position, but they're impeding each other's races, as there's a train of cars forming behind them, all faster cars on that matter, and with that DRS straight coming up in a few corners, things are going to get a little hairy, as Gasly, deploying some battery, gets past Alonso before turn 1. What a brilliant battle between the two. And now Watanabe on lap 6 pits for his first stop. It's a bit very early, so he's looking to undercut Tsunoda. Is Toyota going for an aggressive strategy so they can maybe get by both AlphaTauris? Because unfortunately, Watanabe has been left alone to fight for Toyota. Sato is still way down the grid and not a factor in the points. So Toyota has to try something to get ahead. And that's a brilliant pit stop from the boys and girls of Toyota Racing. A 1.9 second pit stop as we go underneath the track in this special pit lane exit here at Abu Dhabi. As he rejoins the track, now Watanabe on the fresh medium tires is going to have to lay down the pace, try and see if he can bypass both AlphaTauris during their pit stop. And here we go into the complex of the triple chicane, and Sato spins! Sato spun, and his teammate laps him. Let's look at this replay. Sato, apologies, he didn't lap. Watanabe didn't lap Sato, but Sato gets up on the curb and makes contact with the Red Bull, and that's how he spins from the contact. As we see, he goes side by side with Perez, who's just off his pit stop. He makes contact initially into the first part of the chicane. Into the second part, just loses the car into the corner. And now closing up on Nicholas Latifi. Watanabe sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He obviously is going to, because he's on the better tires, and now he closes in on the Williams of Latifi as he passes some cars who have pit. Now into the DRS zone. This is surely going to be an easy overtake for the Toyota drivers. The Williams has not had the pace all weekend. Here we go. Down the DRS straight into turn 8. And easy move with Latifi left pretty vulnerable on those aged soft tires. And now Watanabe can set his sight on Sergio Perez. And if he passes him, he's probably going to be in front of Yuki Tsunoda as well. So the pace is set. And here goes Keita Watanabe in the slipstream of Sergio Perez. DRS wide open, ERS deployed. He's going to dive down the inside of the Red Bull into the turn 8, now which becomes the outside of turn 9. Can he get the better exit? Yes, Perez clatters over the inside curb. And Watanabe now with DRS is free to attack Daniel Ricciardo, who's been on those medium tires since the beginning of the race. So Watanabe has the grip. Can he do it? He's going to go for a move around the outside, but it's a little audacious. He goes wide to the corner. He clatters over the curb, and that's not only going to give Ricciardo the space he needs to pull ahead, but that's going to give Perez the space to attack back. And now Ricciardo pits, so that's not going to look good for Watanabe, as now he doesn't have DRS down the long straight. Perez is still within DRS range, so he's going to be vulnerable to the Red Bull. He's going to put up some defensive driving. And here we go, further on the lap. Giovinazzi and Tsunoda both haven't pit yet, so they're fighting just for track position, but not for the positions that they're currently in. As Giovinazzi goes to the side of Watanabe, but Tsunoda pulls a beautiful move into P2, and now Keita Watanabe now has to see if he can get by Antonio Giovinazzi, unless the Alfa Romeo decides to pit this lap, and the Alfa Romeo does. So now Watanabe has the clean space to attack Tsunoda, but Tsunoda on those aged soft medium tires. And this is Giovinazzi coming out of the pits in out the Alfa Romeo, and there's a problem. Yeah, there's a problem. He's pitting. He's pulling to the side of the track, and that's unfortunate. Not the way to end the season.
We have to
stop the car.
Stop the car now, Antonio. We have to stop the car.
Copy.
Here's the battle for the lead. Max Verstappen has been dominating this race so far, but Valtteri Bottas with DRS, that Mercedes is a great car in a straight line. He's closing, down the outside, surely not an outside move, into the triple chicane. He is, down the outside goes Valtteri Bottas, but the outside becomes the inside of turn 9, and there we go, Valtteri Bottas into the lead of this race, but they're side by side, but who gets the DRS? It's Bottas gets DRS, and surely that's going to give him the edge over the Red Bull, and there we go. While the Red Bull did bring upgrades into this last race, and has given Max Verstappen a car worthy to fight the win, the Mercedes is just a little bit faster. Now Watanabe down the straight, and here goes Perez with DRS. This is good. He's gonna have to deploy a lot of battery to stay ahead. He's weaving down the straight, trying to break the slipstream from the faster Red Bull, but Perez is ever resistant. Watanabe has to commit to one side. He goes into the inside. Perez has the better grip, but Watanabe defends him up, but he gets wide on the curb. He clatters the curb, and that's going to surely slow him down. As now Perez with another long DRS zone. Watanabe is going to have to defend against the Red Bull, but the Red Bull is closing. He's going to go down the inside. Watanabe breaks a little later, but he goes wide into the triple chicane. Perez has the optimal line. He's going to give the squeeze to Watanabe, and Watanabe has to lose the position. So now, once again, Watanabe not only has to get by Tsunoda, but by the faster Red Bull. And now here he goes, closing in on the Red Bull on the next lap. He's going to go down the inside as Perez shut the door. But Watanabe goes wide again. So it's going to give Perez the better line through the triple chicane. He goes wide, but Perez has to take some avoiding action initially. But he has the better exit. He's going to have tons of DRS to deploy. He's going to try and make a move. Watanabe is going to have to go old school if he wants to get the place back. He's going to go down the inside, but Perez shuts the door on him, heading into the triple chicane. And so Watanabe will have to wait another lap to try and get another move across. This is fantastic racing. And Watanabe pits on lap 17, and Perez is ahead of him as well. So, once again, is Watanabe going to try and see if he can pull an undercut on Yuki Tsunoda? Tsunoda is the biggest threat to Toyota's chances for a great P6 result in their first season back in Formula 1. That's a decent stop from the boys, but Perez still gets ahead. So unfortunately, they couldn't pass him in the pit stops. But now with equal tires, and Watanabe, at least the Toyota in the hands of Watanabe has been a slippery car in a straight line. So can Sen Watanabe make the move? Here goes Watanabe. Kimi Räikkönen, having pit later than him, Watanabe will have to make a move past him. Here he goes, Watanabe around the outside into turn 1. Surely not. And he makes the move stick. He has to fight the car a bit, but he gets the move done before he goes off track. And Watanabe is closing in on Perez. But there's a fight going on between Tsunoda and Perez for the podium. And this surely is going to fall into the Toyota's hands. Tsunoda does not want to fight this, but he does. The Japanese driver is fighting the sister team just because he needs to show that he can fight. But this might hurt not only his chances for a podium, but AlphaTauri's chances in the constructors, as they're side by side still into the hotel section. We don't usually see racing here, but we've seen 2 side-to-side battles through this corner. Now Hamilton is trying to get his nose in on the action as well, and Watanabe is being blocked off by the wide Red Bulls, and that is amazing stuff. And Hamilton goes on the inside of the lane, Stroll, but he makes contact. He makes contact with the Toyota, and now Lewis is pitting. Let's see again, and once again, a wide moment, but the car just drives into the side of the Toyota. And does he have front wing damage?
This guy's freaking crazy, man. I've just hit him, man. My wing's broken.
I don't think his wing is broken, but I think like Lance Stroll, he's trying to be precautionary because you need downforce, especially in the 3rd sector. And here goes Perez. He's made it past Tsunoda out of the hotel section, but Tsunoda's fighting back with DRS. He's going to go down the outside into turn 8, where we can get another wheel-to-wheel battle between the sister teams. There's contact, but Watanabe is right there behind him. And now Tsunoda down onto the second DRS straight, and both Red Bull, and wait, Watanabe's DRS is broken. He doesn't have DRS. He's going to have to pull old school. Perez gets by, and surely Watanabe's not going to get 1-2. He is the 1-2 punch, and Watanabe is up into the podium places without DRS. That is some old school racing. Look at this move. You see Tsunoda with the overspeed into turn 8, but he tries to squeeze Perez out, but Perez clatters the curb and goes into Tsunoda, and going side by side through that chicane does impede your progress, and Tsunoda without DRS is a sitting duck to both Watanabe and Perez, both getting slipstreams from each other. And how did Watanabe make that move without DRS? Here we go on the penultimate lap. Perez so close. Watanabe, can he get a dream podium? It was just 2 races ago that he got not only his first race win. So can he make it up into the top 3 once again? But Perez is going to try and get by in the faster Red Bull with DRS. He's going to go on the outside, but Watanabe has a better line into turn 8. He clatters the curb. He squeezes Perez out into the end of this triple chicane, and he makes it through. Here we go. Perez is now closing again. This is his final move. If he wants to make, this is one of the final opportunities he has to make a move in this race if he wants to get P3. But he goes around the outside. Watanabe clatters the curb. He gives the space to Perez. He's going to squeeze Perez onto the curb, and he gets the move done. And Perez with a terrible exit. Now Tsunoda. This could be crucial. If Tsunoda can get this move done, then they will affirm their position in P3 in the constructors, in P6 in the constructors. Pardon me. This is for P4 on the track. Perez clatters the curb. Tsunoda goes inside. Perez clatters the curb again. Tsunoda is still side by side. This is going to go down to the final corner. Tsunoda can determine AlphaTauri's fate in this Constructors' Championship. Down the inside into the hotel section. Perez is slightly ahead, but Tsunoda's keeping a nose in. He dives into the inside of the hotel section, but Perez is getting the better acceleration off the corner, but now Tsunoda's ahead. They're still side by side into the final 2 corners. Here we go. Tsunoda, he's got a better run. He's slightly ahead. He's going to have the inside line into turn 20. Can he get this done? He gets it done. He gets it done. Tsunoda's in 4th, and Watanabe is going to get a dream finish to the end of the season. Valtteri Bottas wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Watanabe gets on the podium for Toyota Racing, but Tsunoda with that P4, surely that they've solidified P6 in the championship. And Abu Dhabi, criticized for not giving good racing. Well, this season has proved that you can have some great side-to-side battles through this race. As Bottas, our championship winner, gets a great end to a season as he finishes the season with a win. Max Verstappen, that Red Bull, having brought some good upgrades into the final part of this season, gets P2, but Watanabe in P3. But Tsunoda in 4. A good day for Japan and their Japanese drivers, and a good day for their Japanese team, but unfortunately with Pierre Gasly in 7th, their points haul is greater than Watanabe's podium. And Sato, unfortunately this race, you could say, lost the constructors for Toyota, because Watanabe did prove that car had pace, and Watanabe goes up to P9, a P9 finish in what was at times the 6th to the 8th best car on the grid. That is a superb result. We're surely seeing the making of a championship in the making, and after this rookie season, I can't wait to see what he will do in the future. That's possible World Championship material, but confirmation that AlphaTauri extend their points gap to 5 points. So a P7 finish in the new season is a dream finish for Toyota, but unfortunately, they will have to look to next season's regulation change to see if they can make their way up the grid. But Valtteri Bottas, great end to the season, an amazing season we've had, and I can't wait to see what 2022 has to offer. But until then, that's it for this season. Goodbye.